Hello again. I harvested the garlic a couple of days ago, and because of the weather it was a bit of a tough call this year. We had a lot of sunshine when we normally have rain, and we've had a lot of rain when we normally have sunshine. But here's how it went. Well, I think it's time for us to pull our garlic. It's a little bit later than I'd anticipated, but I think the timing is right. I've just pulled some softneck here, and what I'm looking for is, first of all, I'm looking for white rot, and I don't see any signs of white rot, which is good. And I'm looking for splitting, and again, I don't see any signs of splitting. So it's early days yet. Let me get this lot dug out, and then we will take a closer look. These ones are Spanish Roja, and these came to me from Klaus at the What We Do channel. Thank you very much, Klaus. And this flower got planted in here by mistake too, but it is a type of allium, and I believe that this one is called Allium Christophii. Okay, this is the last of the garlic. Now, I always like to make sure that I dig underneath the garlic so as we don't damage it when we pull it out. Well, here it all is, and we've grown quite a bit this year. There's a few types. This is Red Russian, and this is my go-to hardneck garlic. I've been growing this for years now. And then my go-to softneck garlic is this one, which is called Colossal. It's not that big, but it tastes really good, and it stores very well. Now, over here we have one that was sent to me by Klaus, and I can't remember the name of it, and the raccoons have stolen the tag. So if you're watching, Klaus, can you identify this one for me? I think is it a porcelain or a German white? I cannot remember. Anyway, I need to get this lot up to the top end because we have to cure it. So let's do a walk past the camera shot, and I will see you in the greenhouse. Curing the garlic is most certainly a thing, especially if you grow a lot of it and you want to store it for any length of time. Some people like to lift it and leave it on the bed and let it cure in the sunshine. Other people like to bring it into the shade. There are some people that like to hang it upside down, and others like to hang it the right way up. This year I'm just going to leave it laying down. I think the most important thing is that you keep it dry. And at this point, leave the leaves alone and don't wipe off any mud or try to clean them. Just let them be for a couple of weeks and you should be alright. I got a couple here that I have cleaned up a little bit. This one's the hardneck. I can tell because I would have snipped the scape out of that a couple of weeks ago. Little bit of rust on it, but no sign of any white rot, and that's been a big problem for a lot of people this year. And also no sign of any splitting all the way through, so I got to be happy with this year's garlic, and why shouldn't I be? It's the scape on a garlic bulb which gives it its hard neck. And so these ones without any scapes, the soft necks, are very pliable and it makes them very easy to braid. Now it's said that the soft necks store a lot better than the hard necks do, and I would not disagree with that, but I can tell you now that if you cure your hard necks properly, they will store for a lot longer than you think. Now, I thought we'd grown a little bit more this year than we did last year, but it turns out that it's about the same. And last year it lasted us up until about April, and then we had a few bulbs left and they started to get a little bit hard. That's okay, we just ground it up and we used it for garlic powder. Alright, so that's got an empty bed. It started raining now, so I'm going to pull the plug for today, but tomorrow morning I think I'm going to give this bed a good weed. We'll take a look around and we'll see if we can't fill this back up again. Alright, so it's been a couple of days since we pulled the garlic. We had a rain delay yesterday, which has been pretty much the story of our summer so far. But Mrs. Coleman's been out earlier this morning and cut the lawn. And so today I'm going to get in here, weed this bed, and we'll see if we can't go about planting it back up again. And there we go. If you get your finger out, you can have a bed like this weeded in a matter of seconds. Right, I'm going to put some shake and feed on here and rake it in, and then we'll plant. I have these 9 tomato plants that never got potted up, and I kind of just stuffed them at the side of the greenhouse and forgot about them, but the rain has kept them alive. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start filling this bed by popping these in. Tomato in a bottle. Alright, so these are a couple of big suckers that I took from the tomato plants at the top end, and what I'm going to do with these is I'll put these in the corners of the bed. I've only got 2 of them, and that way if they don't take root I can easily replace them with something else. And then I've got about 20 of these tomato plants which were also suckers. This type's the Wenzel that I got off Southpaw Davy. As you can see, they started taking root okay, so I can fill the rest of the bed out with these. I've put a lot of time and effort into my soil down the years, and I firmly believe that the more you put into it, the more you'll get out of it. Now this bed was rebuilt a couple of years ago, and I put in a lot of very green and very raw compost as a first layer. I think then I put down a layer of cardboard, and then I finished it off with a couple of inches of topsoil. We live near a peat bog, so as you can imagine our soil is naturally acidic. And what we tend to do is add spent mushroom manure as a soil conditioner to bring the pH level closer to neutral. In most of our garden beds, we only use a spade to dig out things that have roots on them. When it comes to planting out, hands or a very light trowel will usually suffice. I'm gonna prune the plants now, but after this they're gonna be on their own. Now they will be watered every night by the overhead watering system, which is something that right now we call the weather. For the last 2 years now I've kept a pot full of these little clips on this table here, and I knew where they were, and this morning I decided to relocate them. I thought they'd be better off in another spot. and I got no idea what I've done with them, and now I need these clips, and they were right there. Now I've got to go looking for them. Well, it's taken me about 20 minutes, but there they are. I mean, what are they doing there? What kind of idiot would put them there? I'll put these right back to where I know they're gonna be. So I'm halfway through, and I'm just looking at the space that I've given between the plants. They've been pretty generous. They've all got at least a foot. And it just so happens that I've put the more mature plants out first, and I think that mature plants dictate their space requirements based on their size. And I'm thinking to myself, if I'd have put these ones out first, would I have given them that much space? And you know what? I don't think I would have done. And that's something for me to think about. There we go, that's got the garlic bed harvested, weeded and replanted with free plants, and we still have quite a few of these left over. That's okay, they'll just have to go somewhere else. I contacted Klaus at the What We Do channel, and he's informed me that the mystery garlic is a variety called Sweet German, which is a porcelain type. Alright, so right now I think it's time for a beer. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment in the comment section below, and if you haven't subscribed, it's free to do so. Until next time, cheers.